Namaste to all the yoga sadhakas. So today we are at our fourth class, fourth session. And the topic of this is breath is a unifier. And we are talking about yoga for unity and all of that things in this entire course. But what is that uniting us? That is what is our breath. Because if you think of it this way, that there is this air that we breathe everywhere. The entire earth is filled with air. That's a universal air, or we can say it's a mukhya prana or something like in yoga terms. Essentially, what we are doing is we are breathing some aspect of it to make something ourselves, something our own for at least a moment, and then letting it go to the same thing. So if everybody is sharing that the same space and the same air, so can we just say that all of us are united by this breath, united by this air around us in uh, a very superficial way, or in a much subtler way, we are united by this prana itself, which is the universal energy which is there everywhere around us. And every moment we are making some part of that us and letting it go. Once we are exhaling it, we are surrendering to that. And that's an attitude but which we are breathing every breath. The moment we stop breathing, we are not existing at all. And not just the human being itself. Every animal breathe into it and breathe out of it. Every plant breathe into it, breathe out of it. So essentially, the entire living being on this planet is connected by this breath because we are breathing in and out of this universal entity that is there all around us. So, as by now you'd have figured out that today is going to be a lot of work on pranayama practices that we are going to learn. Uh, Many times I've seen people calling it as breath work and all that. I'm totally against this term called breath work because when we talk about pranayama, right, it essentially means experiencing that essential prana, the energy itself, in all ways, not only in your breath. Breath is one surface or superficial manifestation of this energy itself. But we still have, even if you don't have breathing, also there's something that is there driving all of us, right? Because that energy is there, which is keeping everything intact, which is keeping the equilibrium in place. And there is some energy required, something to bring it together. Even if it is a non-living thing, something is required to bring it in the structure and help it to stay there. And that's exactly what is the universal energy we are talking about. When we say about pranayama, it's about enhancing the experience that we have with this prana itself. And of course, the breath is going to be used as a tool, but it is not just the breath work itself, because the breath word is not equivalent to the prana itself. That's what I feel. So this is my opinion. Okay. So we'll just do some pranayama practices. We're going to sit pretty much the entire class will be sitting today. If you want to make yourself comfortable, you can sit on some blocks, or you can even take support of the wall for today's class, or even more better, if you can sit in Vajrasana. Okay. So this is also comfortable. You can sit in Vajrasana for the entire class today. All right. So with that, we'll get started. Keep your eyes closed and sit straight. Bring your attention to your breath. Observe your breath, the flow of your breath. Observe the flow of your breath, your exhalations from the bottom of your pelvis all the way upwards, and your inhalations from the tip of the nostril all the way inwards and downwards. Get connected somewhere at the center of your chest where your breath meets. And get connected in this region for the prayers. With this, we'll begin with 3 Omkaras and a prayer. Together, inhale. Oh. Second round, inhale. Oh. Third round, inhale. Oh. Adopt Namaskara Sthiti. Repeat after me. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचाम् मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Rub your palm, massage your face, arms, wrist and fingers, and slowly open your eyes. All right, so we are going to start first understanding the way we breathe first, because whenever we breathe, predominantly there are 3 ways a person can breathe, mainly focusing on the abdominal region or the chest region or the clavicular region. And all these has its own significance in the yoga terms, how it is works on a mental space also. We'll just understand each one of that separately. This is also a practice called Vibhagiya Pranayama. You will understand, or sectional breathing, we say. You will understand each of these breaths first, and then we integrate them all together. Okay? So we're going to sit straight. Any comfortable. I'm sitting in Vajrasana. If you're finding it difficult to sit in Vajrasana, as I mentioned already, Sukhasana, or you can even sit on the chair for today's uh, practice. You're going to keep your dominant hand on the abdomen. Now, as you inhale, your palm goes out as you inhale, and as you exhale, your palm goes in. So it's going to be something like this. As you inhale, your palm is pushed out. As you exhale, it goes in. Inhale out, exhale in. All right. You're going to practice a few more rounds of the same practice. Sit straight. Keep your eyes closed. Just feel the breath moving in and out. This is where the common mistakes can happen, where some of you may be doing a reverse kind of a breathing. If you are breathing in reverse fashion, take a deeper exhalation, suck your abdomen inside, reset that pattern, and then inhale, it goes out, exhale, it goes in. Slowly stop the practice and open your eyes. This is one kind of breathing. The next is called as chest breathing, where you're going to keep your dominant hand on the chest and other hand on the abdomen. Now, as you inhale, the palm on the chest expands, it goes up and out, and as you exhale, it drops down. And I'm keeping the other hand on the abdomen so that it moves in a reverse fashion. As you inhale, chest expands, abdomen slightly goes in. As you exhale, chest collapses, abdomen slightly goes out. All right, we'll start the practice. Keep your palms on the chest and the abdomen. Start the practice. Many times, some of us breathe in this fashion easily, and some of you may find it difficult to even breathe from your chest. It's all possibilities are there. Whenever you're exhausted physically or mentally, you tend to breathe more from your chest. Continue the practice, few more breaths. Slowly open your eyes, stop the practice and open your eyes. This is the second type of breathing. The next variation is what we call as clavicular breathing or collarbone breathing, the third step of sectional breathing or Vibhagiya Pranayama, where we are going to keep your fingertips on the collarbones, taking shallow breaths to make a clear understanding of this practice. You're going to lift your collarbones up, exhale, drop it down. You're taking shallow breaths, inhaling, collarbone goes up, exhaling, collarbone drops down. Keep your eyes closed and start the practice. Slowly stop the practice and open your eyes. These are the three different ways that one person can breathe, and it can be a permutation in combination of these breaths as well. Some of you can be more of your abdomen, more of your less of your chest, or some of you more of your chest, less of your chest, or some part of your abdomen, some part of your chest. All these are possible. Okay, so essentially, uh, the way we are breathing is going to indicate the state of mind also. There is a beautiful saying, "Chale vate, chalam chittam, nichale nichalam bhavet." So whenever your breath is erratic, the mind also becomes erratic. The way you're controlling the breath mind also calms down. Or the when mind calms down, breath also calms down. So that's how closely your breath and your mindset is related. And that's where you might have observed that whenever your mind is stressed out, too much tense, just a few seconds, if you bring your attention to your breath and start focusing on your breath, it calms your mind. And particularly the abdominal breathing. As you inhale, allow your abdomen to go out. Take your breath as deep as possible. As you exhale, abdomen goes in. That itself is a great way to calm your mind. And a lot of times people have a reverse patterns. And I say reverse pattern, what it means, whatever I said, reverse. As I inhale, instead of going out, it goes in. Exhale, goes out. All these are something which has to be corrected. The wrong breathing pattern. Sometimes people have a shallow breathing, which is just completely limited to your collarbone region. All that needs to be fixed. So there is a lot of things that can go wrong in your breath, but that is the least importance that we are given because we have never learned how to breathe. Nobody has taught us. It just happens. But moment you bring your attention to that, that unconscious activity comes into your conscious realm, and that's when you connect with your prefrontal cortex, the front brain itself. When that comes into picture, that is where the awareness starts going higher. The energy starts going higher. Unless your attention is not there on your breath, it's just a breath work as the people use it. But moment you bring your focus onto your breathing and become more and more aware of your breath, then it's no more a breath work. That's when the things start shifting gears. You call it as a pranayama practice because we start connecting. Whenever there's unity of your mind with your breath, that's when the prana starts, or the term prana starts coming into picture. When we start connecting with the prana, the life force itself. Because for the life force to be absorbed in us, we need the connection to be very clearly established. All right. So now we're going to go back to this pranayama, this breath itself. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to focus predominantly on the abdominal breathing. And with the abdominal breathing, we are going to do a pranayama, which we have done in the previous classes called Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. So for this, we are going to take your dominant hand, leave your thumb, other two fingers, you're going to bring them together, bring your little finger, ring finger together. fingertips on the nostril. Exhale with both the nostrils completely. Close your right. Inhale from your left. Close left. Exhale from your right. Inhale from your right. Close. Exhale from your left. When you're closing the nostril, make it as subtle as possible, because if you put a lot of force to do all these things, then you start moving your head every direction. So keep your head still, and then just gently and as subtly as possible, you're just going to move your fingers on the nostril. And throughout the practice, you're going to maintain your abdominal awareness. All right, let's get started. Keep your back straight. Close your eyes. If you want, you can again keep your other hand on the abdomen to know whether you're doing it no, right or wrong. Close your eyes, and as you inhale, abdomen goes out. As you exhale, abdomen goes in. And now exhale with both the nostrils completely. Close your right, inhale from your left. Close left, exhale from your right. Inhale from your right. Exhale from your left. Continue the practice at your own pace. It's a very important practice to balance your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, or to establish energetic balance between Ida and Pingala Nadi that we have. I think those are all like deeper concepts which I'm not going to have time to explain all this in the today's session. But understand that this is a balancing practice. As the name says, it's called Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. That means it is something that cleanses the nadis, which are the energy channels, the pathways of energy within us, the flow of prana within us. And all these have to be cleansed, because there are a lot of times it can get blocked. And whenever these nadis get blocked, then obviously it's logical to think that the organ or the part of the body to which the energy is flowing is also going to get suffering. You're going to suffer. It is going to be hampered with the amount of prana that it is receiving, and that's going to cause a lot of issues with that. So that's why the cleansing of the nadis is extremely important, and this is the practice which brings in that cleansing of the nadi itself. If you don't have much time to integrate all the practices of pranayama, at least whatever we did earlier, the Vibhagiya, Nadi Shuddhi, and the one which we are going to do the next. At least these three essentially, if you can do it every day after the practice of your asanas, it will be greatly helpful. Continue the practice. Inhale from the left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left. Understand with each inhalation, you're essentially absorbing all the life force and letting go all the negativity, the one which is unwanted for you, back into that. So it's like you're absorbing the universal energy and letting go your energy and merge with that universal. You are merging with the universal, or you're surrendering with the universal. You're sinking yourself to the universal in whatever way you can think of it with every exhalation. Slowly, with an exhalation, complete the cycle and stop the practice. Complete the cycle from the left nostril and stop the practice. Stop the practice and slowly open your eyes. So this is the very basic pranayama that we are learning here. So whatever we did earlier is going to get us awareness on different sections of our breath. A lot of times we don't know that we are breathing here. We don't know where we are breathing, and that ignorance is what causes a lot of issues for us. So we by doing this previous practice, we are trying to develop that whatever the unconscious rhythm that we had, We are trying to understand that we are going to have a conscious understanding of the unconscious rhythm. That's exactly what we are doing. And now we go to the next practice, which is called as Bhramari Pranayama. Here again, we can do it in two different ways. One with Shanmukhi Mudra, one without Shanmukhi Mudra. When I say Shanmukhi Mudra, we are essentially closing six different outlets that we have, so which induces a state of inwardliness. When we do this practice, that's why we adopt this. So just see once before you start doing the practice. Otherwise, if you close your eyes, you can't see anything what I'm showing you. So close your eyes. Don't close. I mean, watch first and then you close. You're going to keep your forefinger on the end of the closed eyelids. Gently place your middle finger on the nostrils and then little finger, ring finger bone below your mouth. This is one way of doing it. Then you're going to close your ears by pressing this outer targus area, which is the one which you can see the flaps of your ears, right? You're going to close it in. And then after closing it, you're going to inhale and with exhalation, make a humming sound. And unfortunately, that humming sound may not be heard completely in the recording or in the. Unfortunately, that humming sound will not be heard completely by you because of the noise cancellation that we have in a lot of devices that we have nowadays. But just think that I am humming for the entire duration. Okay, let me just show you one entire set and demonstrate the entire practice once, and then you can do the practice. Mm, so once I start, I continue for the entire duration. All right. So we all will do this together. We will say roughly we have some time to do it for maybe 15 rounds. We'll do it with the Shanmukhi Mudra. And then after that, you're going to drop your hands down and keep doing the humming till I ask you to stop the practice. All right. And when you close your ears, you can't hear whatever I am saying. So I'll also be doing the practice. You also do the practice. And after that, you continue the practice after dropping your arms till I ask you to stop the practice. All right. We'll get started together. Sit straight, open your chest. And one more thing before you start, don't close your chest. Sit straight and do the practice. Mm, 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 If you're done with 15 counts of the practice, then keep that humming sound going on. Don't stop the practice. Don't stop the practice. Feel the vibrations of the practice resonating in your entire head region. Feels a sense of calmness that it creates. Very good practice to calm your mind. The chantings of Brahmari. Slowly, after this round, you can stop the practice. Stop the practice. Stay with your breath. Stop the practice. Stay with the calmness that follows the practice. After the Brahmari pranayama, feel the silence. Connect with that silence. Slowly rub your palms, massage your face, and open your eyes. So these are some practices that you can do as part of your everyday pranayama practice. As I said, the Vibhagiya pranayama, which gives you the different control on different sections of your breath, on your lungs itself, and then the Nadi Shuddhi pranayama, and then Brahmari pranayama. If your day is too packed, at least a few things like this is going to help you to connect with your breath and essentially calm your mind. And that's the whole essence, the reason for doing the practice of pranayama itself. It is to connect, because if you look at the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, what exactly the benefit is saying? Tatakshiyate prakashavarnam dharanasu cha yogyata manasaha. The pranayama is essentially helping you to prepare for the higher level of practices, dharana practice, and it removes the veil of ignorance, covering that the luminosity within us. So that's the whole reason for the practice of pranayama itself. It is not just about some breathing exercises kind of a thing. It is a way to connect with ourselves. That's exactly what we are doing through the practice of pranayama. I hope at least you continue to do these basic practices that we have learned in this class. Whenever you do your asana practice, end the asana practice with shavasana. After that, you do some pranayama practices. All right, fine. So with that, we are going to end the session today with three omkaras and a prayer. Keep your eyes closed. All together, inhale. Oh. Second round, inhale. Oh. Third round, inhale. Oh. Adopt Namaskara Sthiti and repeat after me. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayaः. सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Rub your palms, massage your face, arms, wrists and fingers. Exhale, bend forward and surrender within. Slowly inhale, come up. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. again. Thank you so much.